We have two exciting things to share with you today.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Living Traditions Homestead. This is Kevin and Sarah. Well, over the weekend, we hit a milestone for our YouTube channel. 10,000 subscribers. I can't believe that there are 10,000 people who want to watch us, but we are so thankful and feel so blessed that there are.
Absolutely. I just want to let you guys know that it is such fun to make videos for you guys. We have a fantastic time. You know, we really still are just kind of getting our homestead here going after moving from our urban homestead. We've got a lot to do yet. But it has been great fun doing these videos for you guys and getting to know you guys through comments and through our new Facebook group. We're just having a ton of fun.
Right. You know, we were homesteaders in Arizona for about 5 years before we moved here to Missouri. And you know, we had our homestead all set up and running, and now that we're out here in the Ozarks, you know, going on a year and a half now, we're still getting things set up, and it's actually been really fun to kind of redo some of the things that we did in Arizona as far as, you know, building things and getting things up and running, but we've still got a lot to do, and we're so happy that you guys want to watch that and that we can learn together, because there's things that, you know, there's things we've learned along the way that we can pass on to you, but there's not a day goes by that we don't get some type of feedback from you guys that teach us something new or help us think about something in a new way.
Right, so bottom line is you guys have been a tremendous blessing to our family and to our homestead. We're super excited to see what the next, you know, milestone from here to the next milestone will bring. We have a lot of really exciting things coming up in the spring and the summer and those kinds of things. So we're super excited about that. But another exciting thing that we have, the second exciting thing for this video is...
I'm going to teach you guys how to make my world famous, only because you guys are watching this from all over the world, Cowboy beans. Now this is a recipe that I make a lot, especially in the summer. It's made outside on my Dutch oven. But when we have family get-togethers, picnics, and things like that with our extended family, this is the one thing people always ask me to make and bring along. So I'm going to teach you guys how to make it today. It's really pretty simple, just a few ingredients, but man is it a good meal. We wanted to do another giveaway to show you guys how much we appreciate you. So this time we put together a package of some things that are you know, special to us here on the homestead. The first prize is going to be one of our Living Traditions Homestead t-shirts, like the one that Sarah is wearing. So when we pick a winner down the in about a week, we will get your shirt size and everything, get one made up for you and sent out to you. The second thing is going to be the canning book that Sarah is using in her canning series right now, so you guys can follow along as part of that series. It's the Ball Blue Book. And then the last thing is going to be one of our rabbit cookbooks. Now, we do realize that not all of you raise rabbits for meat, but that's fine. All of the recipes in here can also be used with chicken, which, you know, is available anywhere. So, we're going to be sending all of those things out to the winner. And we'll go over at the end of this video how you can get in the contest. So let's head outside and we'll start making some beans. Alright everybody, I'm going to show you how to make my world famous, not really, but they're darn good, Cowboy beans. This is something I make a ton, especially in the summer when the weather's really nice. Well, we got kind of a nice day today. It's a little chilly, but at least it's sunny out. So we're going to make some today. I'm going to teach you all how to do this. It's super easy. What you need is the equivalent of 3 cans of beans. Now we start with dry beans and soak them and make them from dry beans. But if you used canned beans, just rinse the canned beans, and you want 3 cans. You can do all pinto, all black, whatever you want. I have a combination of black beans, pinto beans, and navy beans. So we're going to put those into a Dutch oven or a camp stove. Now, I've also fried up 1/2 pound of bacon. And then in the bacon grease, I've pan fried 1 whole onion. So we're going to put that in. The bacon we're going to save till later. So we're going to put that in. And I'm going to put this recipe in the description, so don't worry about trying to figure it out now. We also have some kielbasa, but we're going to wait and put that in later along with the bacon. But I've pan fried that in the bacon grease as well. Now for the sauce, it's super easy. You're just going to use about a cup of ketchup. And about a half a cup of brown sugar. And about 3 teaspoons or a little more, I guess that's a tablespoon. And you know me guys, I don't really measure things, I just kind of go by memory now, but this is about what you want. And then we're just going to mix that all together really well in the beans. Now you want to be careful, especially if you're using canned beans, if they're on the soft side, that you're not, you know, turning them into refried beans as you're mixing them up. I know since we did these ourselves, they're a little more on the firm side, which is good. Sarah actually did these in her Instant Pot today, so we didn't have to soak them overnight and all that stuff, and it worked great. All right, so we got all that sauce on the beans. I wish you could smell it because it smells great. All right, and so now what we're going to do is we're going to cover this. I've already got some charcoal started today. Instead of using, you know, coals like from an actual wood fire, we're going to cheat a little bit. We're going to use charcoal. So we're going to take this over to where I do my Dutch oven cooking, and we're going to put this on with some charcoal. All right, so I've got my cooking ring here. It's actually just the top of a 55-gallon drum that I've cut off, but it helps keep the wind from blowing around so much, and it works really well. So I've got my charcoal started here. Now there's formulas that you can use to figure out the temperature for the Dutch oven that you're using. I'm using a 10-inch Dutch oven today, which means you want to use about 21 coals. It's like double the number of coals or something like that. I actually started about 25 or 26 today because it's a little cold out and I know it's going to take a little more. But I'll leave a link to a chart below that'll help you guys out if you're starting out with this. But I'm going to put about 8 of these on the ground. Then I'm going to put the Dutch oven on top, and then I'm going to put the rest of these on top of the Dutch oven. And I waited a little long to put these on, so I may need to start a few more here in a little while, but all right, now we're just going to dump the rest of these right on top of the Dutch oven. And I am going to go ahead and start a few more to put on there because I waited too long and I talked too much, and so my charcoal started to burn down a little too much. Well, basically you want the top of your Dutch oven pretty well covered with charcoal, and now basically all we're going to do is leave that for about an hour. We're going to let that just cook there for about an hour. I'm going to come out about every 15 minutes and just use my lid lifter here and just turn the lid so that the charcoal moves on top, and then I'll move the pot the opposite direction so that way it always cooks evenly. So we'll come back and check on that in a little while. Alright, it's been 30 minutes that they've been cooking. Look at that. They're looking good. I don't know if you can see them through all that steam coming off of them. We'll give it a minute here. But boy, do they look good. They smell even better. Now, I mentioned to you guys that this is about 3 cans of beans, but I didn't tell you how many dry beans. So if you're using dry beans to start with that you're going to soak and make yourself, it's a pound of beans total. So if you're doing 4 different beans, it's a quarter of a pound of each. So that's what you want to start with. So we're going to leave these. They've been on now for 30 minutes. In about another 10 minutes, we're going to add the bacon and the kielbasa. And then we're going to let them cook for about another 10 or 15 minutes after we add that. So about an hour total, but just play it by ear. If they're getting too done, it goes faster. If they're, you know, if you want to leave them on a little longer, just depends if you like them really saucy or if you like them a little drier. So I'm going to wait about 10 more minutes, then add the bacon, And then about 10 more minutes after that, we'll be all ready. Okay, so it's been another 10 minutes. I'm gonna take the lid off here. Let's take a look and see how they look. Oh man, they're looking so good. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna add the bacon. Now the reason I don't add the bacon at the very beginning when I add the sauce and everything is because it'll get the bacon really soggy at that point. So I put it in at this point and when everything's a little drier already, and that way it'll keep the bacon a little more crispy. So we're just gonna mix the bacon in. And then we're gonna add the kielbasa. Now the kielbasa, I just leave right on top. I don't mix that in. That way the charcoal really gets it nice and browned. So I'm just gonna kind of scatter that around on the top. Just like that. We'll put our lid back on and turn it. And then we'll just pick the pot up, turn that. Perfect, in about another 10 minutes or so and we'll be all done. All right, so it's been about another 10 or so minutes. Let's go ahead and take a look at it and see if it's done. I think so. It looks good. This is gonna be a good meal on a cold night. Let's go ahead and get this out of here. If you don't have one of these lifters for your Dutch oven or your camp stove, they really come in handy. Get those coals off. Try to do it in a way that you don't end up with coals in your food, but sometimes that happens. All right, let's head inside. It's time to eat.
Well, it's dinner time, so we're gonna get started eating. Before we go, in order to qualify for the giveaway, you guys need to be a subscriber. You need to comment on this video and give this video a thumbs up.
Now we'll be picking a winner on Saturday's video, so we're gonna let this go all week, and this coming Saturday we'll be picking a winner on that video. So make sure you do the things that you need to do to get entered into the contest. Now, you guys, we're so thankful that you were able to join us today to celebrate us hitting this milestone and for joining us for this family dinner. You know, you guys really have become part of our family, and we just every day look so forward to hearing from you and reading your comments and learning from you as much or more than you guys learn from us. So, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure that you comment, subscribe, and share this video. And until next time, you guys, thanks for stopping by the homestead. God bless.
God bless.